If you've ever seen a photograph of a mountain goat standing on what appears to be a sheer vertical cliff face, you've probably done a double take. Surely that image must be manipulated. Surely no animal could actually stand there without plummeting to its death. But these photographs are completely real, and mountain goats perform these death-defying feats every single day of their lives. Mountain goats aren't actually goats at all. They're more closely related to antelopes and are the only species in the genus Oriamnos, which translates roughly to mountain lamb. They live exclusively in the mountainous regions of North America, from Alaska down through the Rocky Mountains to Idaho and Montana. And they've evolved over millions of years to do something that seems physically impossible: climb near vertical rock faces with the casual confidence of a house cat walking across a living room floor. So how do they do it? The answer lies primarily in their hooves, which are essentially nature's most sophisticated climbing equipment. A mountain goat's hoof is split into 2 toes, and each toe can move independently of the other. This might not sound revolutionary, but it's absolutely critical for their survival. When a mountain goat steps onto an uneven rock surface, each toe can adjust separately to grip different angles and textures. It's like having 2 fingers on each foot that can spread apart, pinch together, or tilt at different angles to maximize contact with whatever surface they're on. The outer edge of each hoof is made of hard keratin, the same material as human fingernails. This hard rim provides excellent traction on rock and can dig into tiny cracks and ledges that would be invisible to the human eye. We're talking about ledges that might only be 2 inches wide, yet a mountain goat will casually walk along them as if they were sidewalks. But here's where it gets really interesting. The bottom of each hoof has a soft, rubbery pad that functions almost exactly like the rubber sole of a climbing shoe. This pad is slightly concave, creating a subtle suction effect when pressed against flat rock. The texture of the pad is also rough and grippy, providing friction that prevents slipping. When a mountain goat places its hoof on stone, the hard outer edge catches any available ledge, while the soft inner pad molds to the rock surface and grips it. The combination of these 2 elements, hard rim and soft pad, gives mountain goats what climbers call edging ability. Professional rock climbers spend years developing the technique of standing on tiny rock ledges using just the edges of their specialized shoes. Mountain goats are born with equipment that's superior to anything humans have ever manufactured. Now let's talk about those legs. Mountain goats have incredibly powerful leg muscles relative to their body size. Their front legs are particularly strong and slightly shorter than their rear legs, which gives them a low center of gravity and makes them less likely to tip forward when climbing steep inclines. When a mountain goat needs to jump to a distant ledge, those rear leg muscles can generate explosive force that launches their approximately 300-pound body across gaps that would make most animals hesitate. Their shoulder and hip joints are also unusually flexible, allowing their legs to reach outward at extreme angles. This means a mountain goat can position its feet on footholds that are spread far apart, maintaining 4 points of contact even on irregular cliff faces. Watch a mountain goat climb, and you'll notice they often look slightly bow-legged. That's not a defect. It's an adaptation that allows them to straddle rock features and maintain stability. The skeletal structure of a mountain goat is also optimized for climbing. Their bones are denser than those of similar-sized animals, providing strength without excessive weight. Their spine is remarkably flexible, allowing them to contort their bodies around rock features and keep their center of gravity positioned optimally over their feet. But physical equipment is only part of the story. Mountain goats also possess extraordinary spatial awareness and what we might call climbing intelligence. Studies have shown that mountain goats have exceptional depth perception and an ability to judge distances with remarkable accuracy. When a mountain goat looks at a cliff face, its brain is essentially performing complex calculations about which route offers the best combination of footholds. They can identify viable paths that would be completely invisible to human observers. Young mountain goats begin practicing their climbing skills within days of birth. While they're not tackling the most treacherous cliffs immediately, they start developing the neural pathways and muscle memory required for serious climbing almost from the moment they can walk. By the time they're adults, these movements are so ingrained that climbing a near-vertical surface requires no more conscious thought than walking on flat ground requires for us. Mountain goats also have an exceptional sense of balance controlled by their inner ear vestibular system. This system is more sensitive than that of most mammals, providing constant feedback about body position and orientation. Even in high winds, which are common in their alpine habitat, mountain goats can make micro-adjustments to maintain their stability. So, why do they bother climbing these dangerous places at all? The answer is survival. Mountain goats live in one of the most challenging environments on Earth. At elevations between 3,000 and 16,000 feet, they face extreme cold, high winds, and limited vegetation. But they also face something else: predators. Wolves, bears, cougars, and eagles all prey on mountain goats when given the opportunity. The cliffs that mountain goats call home are simply inaccessible to these predators. A wolf cannot follow a mountain goat up a vertical rock face. A bear has neither the balance nor the hoof structure to pursue them. By occupying terrain that no predator can navigate, mountain goats have essentially created a fortress. This also explains why mountain goats spend so much time on cliffs even when they're not being actively pursued. For them, the safest place to rest, sleep, and raise their young is somewhere no predator would dare follow. What looks terrifyingly dangerous to us is actually the safest possible neighborhood in their world. The vegetation that mountain goats eat, primarily grasses, mosses, lichens, and alpine plants, grows in these high-altitude environments. While the food isn't abundant, mountain goats have adapted to extract maximum nutrition from minimal resources. Their digestive systems are highly efficient at processing tough alpine vegetation, and they can survive on food sources that would leave other animals starving. Mountain goat populations today face challenges that have nothing to do with predators or cliffs. Climate change is pushing their preferred habitat higher and higher up mountains, reducing the total available space for these animals to live. As temperatures rise, the alpine zones that mountain goats depend on are literally shrinking. Human recreation also poses a threat. Mountain goats are naturally curious and will sometimes approach hikers, which can lead to dangerous encounters for both parties. In some areas, mountain goats have learned to seek out human urine for its salt content, creating uncomfortable situations for backcountry travelers. Conservation efforts have focused on maintaining protected areas where mountain goats can live undisturbed. In some regions, populations have actually increased thanks to successful management programs. Yellowstone National Park, for example, has seen its mountain goat population grow significantly over the past few decades. Researchers continue to study these remarkable animals using GPS collars and drone technology to observe their behavior without disturbing them. Each study reveals new details about how mountain goats navigate their vertical world, from the specific chemical composition of their hoof pads to the neural mechanisms that give them such precise balance. What scientists have discovered is that mountain goats represent millions of years of evolutionary refinement. Every aspect of their anatomy, from their specialized hooves to their powerful muscles to their dense bones, has been shaped by the relentless pressure of surviving in vertical terrain. They are not defying gravity. They are simply optimally designed for a world where gravity is the primary challenge. The next time you see a photograph of a mountain goat perched impossibly on a cliff face, remember that you're looking at one of nature's most sophisticated engineering projects. Those hooves contain technology that human climbing equipment manufacturers still struggle to replicate. That body represents a blueprint perfected over geological time. Mountain goats remind us that evolution doesn't just favor the strongest or the fastest. Sometimes it favors the most sure-footed, the most patient, the most willing to go where others cannot follow. In the vertical world of North America's highest peaks, that strategy has proven remarkably successful.